Hello and welcome to Cooking with Miss Brenda, and I'm so glad you joined us today. I have a wonderful recipe to share with you that you voted for. We had 4 recipes, and the one that won was our beef burrito casserole. I think at the end of this program, we will post next week's recipes that you can start voting on as soon as this program is finished. And we have until Sunday at 6 o'clock to cast your vote. So there'll be 4. What are we having this time? Melissa's off camera with me. What are we having this next time, Melissa?
Yes, I'm off camera and mic'd, so I need to be careful back here.
Yes.
Breakfast. Breakfast is next week.
Breakfast is next week, and we'll tell you which recipes at the end of the program, okay? But today's program is our beef burrito casserole. The recipe is on our website, kidsclub4jesus.org. kidsclub4jesus.org. And you will need for this recipe, you don't have to write it down. You can go there and just print it off. But if you want it right now, here it is. It's 1 medium onion, 1 19-ounce can of either can of vegeburger or any kind of vegeburger that you like, your favorite burger. 2 tablespoons of taco seasoning, a half a cup of water, 3 15-ounce cans of hot chili beans or mild. You can have 8 whole wheat tortillas, 1 cup of taco sauce, a half a cup of green chilies, 1/4 cup of nacho jalapeno slices, and 1 cup of salsa, and 1 cup of crushed baked tortilla chips, and cheese to taste. So meaning if you can have it or not have it. So to start with, we're going to just crank up our stove right here and get this going. I've got a little olive oil over here I'm going to need because we're going to saute our onions. I like my onions to be really, really done. Now, you don't really have to cook them completely done in here because it's going to bake for an hour in the oven. In fact, you're going to bake it at 375 degrees for 45 minutes with foil covering it. And then the last 15 minutes, take the foil off and bake additional 15 minutes. And it makes it nice and crusty on the top if it's just the tortilla chips on the top. Or you can sprinkle cheese on it and it makes it nice and ooey gooey. Okay? All right, so I've got this on high, and you can see my burner's red, and we're going to, I'm just going to put just a little bit of olive oil. You can spray with the nonstick cooking spray. Lately, I've been reading about how wonderful olive oil is for you, and so I'm trying to use it a little more than I used to. I'm just going to swirl this around in here, and look at that, and get it nice and hot, and then just add our onions and let them saute a bit, okay? And that's, like I say, it doesn't have to be completely, if they're not completely done, I'm not going to freak out about it because I know, oops, we got some. Mama, are you watching? If you're watching today, I used every last drop. I'm so disappointed. I had enjoyed my mom with us for the last 2 weeks, and she went back home this week, and I really, really miss her. So she was, I just love being with my mom. She's really like my best friend. And I've got these sauteing. I turned it up just a bit to always have a good spoon rest. And this one I got in Barbados, and I love it. So let's see right here. When I travel in countries, I'm either going to get something like a spoon rest. I collect pot holders, and I collect coasters that your water glass sits on. I love those. I don't know why, but I do. And thimbles. So got quite a collection of that. I'm going to turn this down just a little bit. And before I add the burger, now you can use any burger you want. Today I have Morningstar Farms veggie griller crumbles. You can use that. It doesn't matter which kind, whatever your favorite is, that's really what you want to put in here. My favorite burger is the Eve's burger, but for whatever reason, the stores around my area now are having trouble getting a supply of it. So I haven't been able to use it lately, but that is my preference. I love that because it doesn't have a strong flavor. It takes on whatever flavor you give it, and also it has a real texture like real hamburger. So I really miss that burger. So when they start offering it again, I will I will definitely stock up on it and put it in my freezer because it freezes really well. But if you have a favorite veggie burger that you've used to using, whatever brand it is, that's the burger you should use because you're going to like your dish a whole lot better. Let me connect us up real quick to our live. And let's see here. Sometimes it takes.
You should know that Mike joined, so he's watching.
My grandson, Mike?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Oh, Michael, thank you for joining. I love you. Let's see, here we go. We've got you up and going. So thank you, Mike, for joining in today. You would really love this dish. In fact, I think this one here, since I already have a one that is made, I think this one here I'll put in the freezer. So when you come, I will have it for you in the freezer. How's that? Mike lives with me, and so he's up visiting his mom right now, and I really miss him. So we have Crystal that joined us, and she wants to know what my favorite veggie burger is again, and it's the Yves, Y-V-E-S. In fact, Melissa, can you just get a little picture and post on there or a website?
I have bad news for you.
You have bad news for me. Yes. What is it?
Yes, I'm on their website right now, and it says that you cannot find this veggie ground round within 75 miles of here anymore.
Oh, no, but
it's not a good sign.
You can't find it within 75 miles of me, but can you find it anywhere?
That I don't know.
So somebody else might be fortunate
Maybe.
to be able to find that. So let's give them the website, and they can look it up themselves. And see here, Mike, when you get down here, I want you cooking in the kitchen with me. You can be stirring and letting things go, okay? I need your help. Mike was actually on for a few minutes last week if you joined us. He was the real tall one up here that was behind me. And my grandson Jason, who's now taller than Grandma, was over here. So I really missed them a lot. So let's see. And feel free to send me questions all along. You can just type in your questions. If you have anything along the process, go ahead and type those in. I love it. And be sure and tell me where you're from. I love hearing where you're from. Okay? So let's see. We have a hello from Liliana and Audrey in Loma Linda. Thank you for joining us, guys. I'm glad to have you. And Peggy says hello again, and from Nova Scotia, Canada. And welcome, Peggy. Let's see. We also have. Melissa put that link in there for you for the Yves burger. And see, Mike is really good at that. He can do that. So now we're just going to put the burger in. And I've got if you can see my onions, if you can see those in there, they're clear, and that's good. If they're clear, they're done. I love onions, I really do. I just don't appreciate raw ones at all. Let me just throw this in here. I do not like raw ones, but I love cooked onions. There's something about the smell of onions cooking makes everything taste good. So I'm just going to whip that together like that. Let that just brown just a little bit. And then I'm going to add my taco seasoning. And you can use any brand of taco seasoning that you want. So we're just going to let that brown up just a little bit. And then I will add the seasoning to it. And let's see. I have, and Becca Powers is joined. Hi, Becca. It's nice to see you. Can't wait till you guys get back. Becca is one of Mike's friends, and I'm really excited that very soon schools will be back open, hopefully, and we'll have the whole gang back together again. We'll have all fun. Maybe we'll do a cooking program with all the gang. We'll get Denver cooking in the kitchen, and we'll get Andre, and we'll get Blake, and Becca, and Hannah, and Mike. We're just going to have a great time. And we'll get Jason in here too, okay? So wouldn't that be fun? I don't know how we're all going to fit in this kitchen, but we'll make it happen. Okay, so now I've got this just browning up just a little bit. And then we're going to add our taco seasoning. And you're just going to sprinkle that in there. Mix it up really good. And I'm also going to add 1/2 a cup of water. Now, this is optional. You can do it like this if you want, or you can add the water. I'm just going to make this just a little bit wet. Some people like to have, if you like it moister, depending on your burger. Now, if I'm using Yves burgers, I go ahead and use a cup of water. And then I let that water cook a little bit and reduce down. And it just flavors the meat in a really nice way. But for this burger, it's a moisture burger, so because it has such a high moisture content in the burger itself beforehand, I really didn't want to add a whole cup of water to it. So I'm just going to reduce that down a little bit like that. And then we will start, I'll turn it down just a little bit. How's that? So we don't, worry about anybody out there that's looking like, what are you doing with that burger? So we have just a 9 by 13 inch pan, and I'm a little bit short, so I'm a whole lot short. And so I'm just going to sprinkle the bottom of that pan a little bit, just spray it with some nonstick cooking spray. And then we're going to just take some of our chili beans. Now, I like the hot chili beans. You can use the medium hot chili beans, the mild chili beans, totally up to you. But the actual chili beans, because you see that nice good sauce. And we're going to take approximately half of that and put in the bottom of this pan. And that's the first thing we're going to do. So I'm going to probably one more scoop, and that should do it. Okay. And then I'll put that over there. And this is the order that we're going to layer it. We're going to put the beans first, then the tortilla pieces, and we tear it up. So I'm going to get 4 for this layer and 4 for the next layer. So these are just whole wheat tortillas. You can make homemade ones. You can buy these right here, and we're going to just tear them up in little bitty pieces. Then next is your taco sauce, and then your burger mixture, green chilies, jalapeno nacho slices, and then salsa. And then we're going to repeat the layers. So I'm just going to tear these in tiny little pieces. Now you can, if you want, just cover this whole. But here's why I don't like to do that. Because when you go to cut it into it, it's hard to maneuver sometimes, where it's all just when you're bite-sized pieces are easier to eat. So that's my reason for it. You'll see a lot of people that make a bean burrito casserole, for instance, and they put the whole tortilla down. And you can do that with this too if you want to. It's not going to hurt anything. But I like to take the work out of it, so it's a little easier to eat when you're doing the tasting. And so just layer it like that. And I like the bite-sized pieces for that reason.
Jerry says that the burger is not within 75 miles of her either. So.
Oh, really? So anybody else? Anybody can locate that. You'll be my best friend forever. I love that.
I think you got to stop liking stuff.
I know. It seems like Melissa's. She goes, every time I like something, they discontinue it. It disappears. It's like, why?
Maybe you can stop liking rain.
Yeah, well, we need rain, but we've had a lot of it. So I think more than what we need actually this year. Probably a lot of us has had more than that. And let's see. So, well, that's bad news, Jerry. Where do you live? That would be. Anybody else has Googled it yet to see if you can get it in your area?
Well, Peggy from Canada says she can buy it there in Nova Scotia. So that would be a long road trip, though, I'm afraid.
That would be a long road trip. How many guest rooms do you have, Jerry? I come up there and get some. If I found it, I would buy a bunch and put in my freezer for sure. I really like it. Okay, so now just a little, and this is so much fun. You can have the kids help you with, because you can't mess up. So kids, look, you just tear it off, you have fun, throw it anywhere you want, close your eyes while you're throwing it, it's okay. You really do want to just have a good time in the kitchen. Cooking should be enjoyable. And one thing I loved about my mom that made it really fun to cook with her is that she didn't get mad and scream if we made a mistake. She was always able to fix whatever mistake we made. It was like, no big deal, we can fix that. And that creates a really loving environment to want to learn to cook. But if you are worried that you're going to make a mistake and you're going to get in trouble and you're afraid that someone's going to snap at you, then kids don't really want to cook, do you? So you want to have just a lot of good time in the kitchen. Now you can see I've got that all layered up. The next thing we're going to do is a taco sauce. So you're basically going to use half of this. So I've got a half a cup here. Whoops, look at that. All right. Let me shake it back down. When I set it down, it all shifted forward. And I'm just going to drizzle it. you know, it doesn't, I'm going to just, you know, if it's not perfectly half, it doesn't matter. I'm just going to drizzle it like that.
You have a whole cup there, so you're...
Yes.
Yeah.
So I need to use about half of it, and that looks like about right. And then from that, we have our burger mixture. So I'm going to, I've evened it out in my pan so that I know to use half of this mixture, okay? So I'm just going to draw a line and take half of it, and I'm just going to just sprinkle it around like that. And I can smooth it out in a few minutes with once I get the half portion in there. And let's see here. There you go. Today is a very, very special day for a friend of mine. I call her Mom Walters. And I wanted to say a happy birthday to you, Mom Walters. She is 91 years old today, and I love her very much. You can go to her Facebook page under Curler Walters, C-U-R-L-A, Curler Walters. Say happy birthday to her, will you? 91 years old, and this is the most incredible, wonderful woman of God. You would just love her. So give her a little birthday greeting, will you? Just go to Curler Walters on the Facebook page and tell her happy birthday. You can even tell her Miss Brenda sent you. Okay, so here we go. And then you just see I've got a spoon and I'm just, you know, evening it around. It doesn't have to be perfect. And that's the beauty here. So, now, there are some recipes that have to, you know, have perfection. They have to be exact. This isn't one of those. This is one of those that kids you're going to love because it tastes so yummy and it's so fun to put together.
So Crystal says that she can get the Eve's vegeburger in Loma Linda.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay.
We just live in the wrong area, apparently.
Yeah, Loma Linda's a little far from me. Okay, so after the burger mixture, we're going to add some green chilies. They're diced. So I'm going to take just half of them and sprinkle them around. And isn't this fun? See how you can just make little dotted areas, just scooch it all around evenly if you can. And if it's not even, it's not going to hurt a thing. And if we have something that has to be exact, I promise I would always tell you. You don't have to worry about that, okay? All right, so now that's half of that. And I got some in my hand, so that's why I have a nice towel here ready. And then we have, one of my favorite parts is our jalapenos. But I need you to get the jar out there for me because I don't see the jalapenos here.
Oh, that's terrible.
And let me get a fork out. And one of those things that didn't make it on the table. Here we go. All right. And I say on here that you use about a fourth a cup of jalapeno nacho slices. You can use as many or as few as you want, or none. If you don't really like spicy things and you go, you know what, I'm not caring for jalapeno peppers, leave them off. It's not going to hurt a thing. So you're going to just dot them on there. I do like them very much, so I probably would put even more than a fourth a cup just because I like them so much. And let's see right here. No, I don't even know how much that was, but it was good. Okay, so now
Crystal wants to know if you've tried the Smart Life veggie ground.
I have not. Oh, yes, I have. Yes, I have. It's a close second. It's not what I love, but it's a close second. It's probably what I'd use runner-up. So, yeah. How do you like it?
She said that it's very similar to the Eve's one, so.
Yes. Okay, so now you see we've got that. We ended with the jalapeno slices, and now we have a little salsa. And we're going to just take half of the salsa and put on here. Now, one of the things that I've done before with this that I love is to put either a layer of brown rice or some Spanish rice as one of the layers. And it's delicious. And then also, one of the things that I love to put on here is black olives. That is, so you can be creative. And I've even put farro on here, cooked farro that is delicious. And it's healthy for you too. So now when we get to this point, you can, if you'd like, put a little bit of cheese and then start the layers all over again. But you know what? Actually, let's do that. I didn't do that for the one I have, but I think that would be let's put this right here. I'm going to just share with you a little bit about cheese. If you want to use cheese, I actually can't eat cheese. I love it, but my body doesn't love it, and so I can't eat it. But there's many of you that do include it in your diet, and so I've been asked to present some vegetarian recipes and also give you vegan options. So that's what I'm doing today. So the recipe you have is vegan. But if you want to add cheese, this is how you do it. Now, I like the block of cheese, and here's why. I'm going to grate some. Let's see where my grater is right here. I recently learned, because Melissa is one of those eagle eyes that's watching and looking at everything, and she shared with me, I've always used the grated cheese that you buy in the package because it's convenient, right? Well, one thing I didn't know is that the grated cheese you get in the packets actually has a coating on the cheese. And in fact, let me tell you, it says the coating has preservatives on it to keep it. So once you slice it, you need preservatives. And it says it uses potato starch and natamycin. So I asked her, what is natamycin? Well, and there's also a bonus. When you grate your own cheese, you actually get more cheese. So you're getting more for your money. Because you're paying for the convenience of somebody grating that cheese for you. So you're actually getting more for your money if you grate your own. And it also tastes better because if you have all those preservatives and coating on it, it doesn't melt as nice and smooth as a block of grated cheese would. So that's a benefit for that. But I asked her to give me some information on what natamycin is, because I was just curious. And she said it's an antifungal agent. This is a preservative. She said it's an antifungal agent produced by a soil bacterium that was first found in South Africa's Natal province, hence the name. So Ash is our administrator for our Kids Club for Jesus Facebook page, and Ash is with us right now, and you're probably going, yep, I know all about that, right? But comes from South Africa. It says, since bacteria occurs in nature, any of the chemicals they crank out can be classified as natural. And it said, even though they classified as natural, it said it probably wouldn't be as appealing to people if they knew they were eating the waste product of dirt bacteria. I don't know about you guys, but that didn't sound too good to me.
It's natural, though.
It's natural, though, but yeah, it's natural. But one thing I think I'd like to do is grate my own, and it melts better. There's no preservatives in it. And you're also going to get some good exercise in. It's good for the muscles, see, and good for the energy and the workout. And you can do like this. And I'm just going to put a little bit on this right now at this stage of the game. And look, it will melt down so nicely. And Mike, if you were here, I'd have you grating this cheese. He's got a lot of muscle. Mike's a good cook. He's a very good cook. His mom has done a good job at teaching him how to cook. So let's put this over here for right now. And now we're ready for the next layer. So we're going now, since we only divide it in half, I can put the whole rest of this one in, okay? And we'll put this in the sink and just spread this around. And here we go, like this. It's already looking yummy and good, isn't it? You can just take a fork to that and eat it without cooking it at all. It looks amazing. And now we have to just go through and, let me put this over here, and tear up our tortillas again. So just really just have fun, tear them up, put them wherever you want, just like that. Okay? And that's all there is to that. Let's see here. So while I'm doing this, Melissa, why don't you tell us what are the recipes for next week?
Well, next week we're having breakfast options.
Okay.
So that's exciting.
Breakfast.
Breakfast, absolutely. What do we have? So we have a raisin date bran muffin.
Ooh, those
for
are
one.
Good.
We are doing a sunshine strudel. So there's lots of vegetables in there, and
Okay.
That's a good option too. We're doing some waffle hash browns. You can't go wrong with potatoes.
Oh,
so
potatoes. Any way you do potatoes, you just can't
and
go
waffle and potato.
And waffle and potatoes, yeah.
I mean,
think that's a winner.
winning combination right there.
Yep.
And then last but not least, we have pumpkin pecan pancakes.
Ooh. Say those one more time.
All right, so we've got raisin date bran muffin,
Mm-hmm.
sunshine strudel, waffle hash browns, or pumpkin pecan pancakes.
So why don't you write in right now and tell us what you're thinking, what your favorites. We'll get an idea which way the wind is blowing.
Well,
okay.
Ash said she would post the link on the Facebook page as well, so they can go right there and vote right now.
Oh,
actually.
good. Well, there you go.
And the poll is up.
Thank you, Ash. So we have the poll up. You can actually start voting on it now while I'm doing this. So.
Are you taking your aggression out on the
Yeah,
tortillas?
I'm like, woo, this is fun, Just throw that in there and it layer it up. And when you go to eat this, then it's not going to be cutting it all through and then trying to, finagle through that. It makes it really easy. So there those pieces are. And now we're going to start all over again with our taco sauce. And so now we're just going to use the rest of everything, you see? So I'm just going to drizzle the taco sauce on there. And now this is a mild taco sauce, so it doesn't have any heat in it. It just gives it lots of flavor. And then we're going to put the rest of our burger mixture in.
That's why you added the whole jar of jalapenos.
Yeah. Well, I do love jalapenos. And but not everybody does, and I can appreciate that. That's fine, But my daddy was from Hungary, and he likes hot peppers. And I think my dad put jalapeno cayenne pepper on everything before he ate. He just used cayenne pepper like somebody sprinkles salt. So let's see. I'm just going to move that burger all around just so to kind of spread it out more evenly, is all. And just like that. On today's program, I am also going to show you how to garnish your dish when you're done and make it look extra special. We're going to make actually a beautiful garnish rose on that. Okay, so after the burger mixture is our green chilies, and we're just going to use the rest of those. So you can just dot them anywhere you want. And see how... There we go. And so if you have any questions, be sure and just write and tell me if there's anything that you questioning or wanted. And if you have any favorite themes that you would like us to have on a Wednesday, let us know what that would be. If you like next week's breakfast, but you might want to have maybe a burger program or a casserole program.
Or a blueberry program.
Or a blueberry program. Or a rhubarb program. Whatever. Give us your ideas, and we're here for you. Okay? So now after that, we're going to put our nacho slices on. And I'm just going to dot a few on here since I was extra generous in the middle. And like that. Can't go wrong with nachos. And these aren't the ones that really fiery hot either, so you can just put those on there. And then we're going to put our salsa in nice and tomatoey. And I'm just going to spread that around. Ooh, doesn't that look yummy good?
Yeah, I'm starting to drool back here, so.
And yeah, I know I haven't been able to eat any legumes for the last couple of years, so I can't have this dish. I can't eat anymore. But it was one of my favorites. I love it, but I can't have the beans anymore because that bothers me. So it doesn't agree with me. But here now we've got the crushed up tortilla chips, and these are any tortilla chips, any brand that you like. And the fun part is, kids, you just get to crunch them up. And I like to take the bag and just crunch that bag, and then they're already crunched up in the bag. You don't make a mess all over the kitchen. You just pour it out, and you've got them all crunched up. And if you want to do it a different way, where you just take the chips and go like this right over it, you can do that too. So I have it where I'm just going to go over with the tortilla chips. And now, when this bakes, because it's going to bake for an hour in the oven, it soaks when it bakes. Those chips and the tortillas inside help soak up some of this moisture, and they become moisture, so it's a really nice tender dish to have. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to just shred. Let me get rid of that paper. We're just going to shred a little bit more of, hold on one second. All right, now we're just going to just a tad more, just like that for the top. And make sure when you're doing this, kids, this is something let your mom or your dad or grandma or an adult help you with, because this grater is sharp. And I have skinned my hands on this and knuckles on this more than once. So you don't really want to do that. You let an adult help you with it, because it does take some skill, and I wouldn't want to see any of you with bloody fingers and, get hurt. Wouldn't taste good either in the recipe. All right, so here we go. This is all done. And look how beautiful that is. That's going to melt so nicely on this dish. And let's do this here. Now I'm just going to spread this evenly over this dish. And this particular dish, now this would go in the oven. When I put this in the oven, I actually set it inside a cookie sheet. And the reason is because sometimes it can bubble up and over, and I don't like to have it mess up my oven. So I will take a cookie sheet, the kind that has sides on it, and slip it, put it underneath it and let it bake that way. And see, there's little tricks to the trade for everything. And then you don't mess up your oven. Isn't that good? And so let's put this on here. These are just little sheets. And now this is ready for the oven. However, you're going to put some foil over it, and you're going to bake it for 375 for 45 minutes. Take the foil off, and then bake it for another 15 minutes until the cheese, it's all nice and bubbly all over, and the cheese is melted. Now, if you want it to keep it vegan, just don't put the cheese. That's the only difference. So you end with just the tortilla chip crumbles, okay? So this particular one, I'm actually going to put in my freezer, because I don't have anyone here to eat it right now. And I'm going to put it in the freezer, so when my grandsons come back in a couple weeks, then we can take it out of the freezer. And there's not anything in here that doesn't freeze well, so you're good to go. It's a nice dish to make ahead of time and have something. One thing that I've always done is I love entertaining, and I love having company over. And so I always like to have something in my freezer. I usually have a desserts. I usually have a casserole dish. Like right now, I have a lentil nut roast that's in my freezer. If somebody was coming for dinner, I could put literally a meal together in an hour. We could sit down to eat. And I love to do that, because I love people, and I love socializing. So I like to be ready. Now, this one is already done. I want to have you see this really quick. And maybe I'll come a little closer so you can see the top and see how wonderful that is. See there? And now I'm going to show you how to make a garnish for this. I keep these little wax paper sheets here so that I can make my mess on that. I've got some parsley right here, and I have a nice tomatoes. I have really nice red tomatoes. And I'm going to just cut out the center. I have a serrated knife, and it's very sharp. I keep all my knives super, super sharp, because I have found a dull knife is actually more dangerous than a sharp one. So because when it's dull, you're having to put more pressure on it, but if it's sharp, it just glides. So I keep my knives sharp. And what you're going to do is, now see, I took this center out, and I'm going to go along the side, and I'm going to just, with a back and forth motion, just like this, I'm going to go and keep going all around and around and around like this. And normally what I would do is this tomato that's left over, I could cut it up and put it in that casserole dish, because that's good too. So you're not wasting anything. Otherwise, it goes into a nice salad. Now, if that happens like this, you're fine. But you see how I'm making just a skin, just really just a little bit of the skin, just slightly, and keep going all the way around. We're going to keep, And if it breaks off, it's not a problem, and I'll show you why. And we're going to actually, let's see. Sometimes I do like a little rosebud as well next to it, or maybe a couple of roses. You can decide for yourself. But there it is. All this is gone. Okay, I'll set this over here. And we're going to just take this center, and the outside, the smooth side, is going to go on the outside, and I'm bending this to make the center of a rose. And you just keep going around and round and round, just like that. And I'll show you here how, well, I'll just put it up here because we're going to, and then this right here, see how I told you it didn't matter? It can be, we're going to go underneath that and just keep on going around and around and around, and tuck this up under here, and you'll see the most beautiful rose start to develop. And here's this one here. And I've got one more little piece, and I'm just going to put it, maybe I'll even tear it. Sometimes I've done that to make it look like a petal's coming off a little bit, and stick this petal underneath there, and you have a nice, let's see, let's put this one over here. And look at that nice rose. Isn't that pretty? Now, we're going to take, I've washed this parsley, and we're going to take this, I need the stem, right? So I'm going to cut off the top of it, and I'm going to bend down the sides, and that looks too puny to be the only one, right? So what I do is we can't have puny roses here, can we? So what I do is I trim down this one, and I'm kind of making two, and I put them together like that. And then you take a little bit of your other parsley and put it on like this, and maybe a little in like this, so that your parsley leaves like that. And look how beautiful that is. Can you see that? How good can you see that, Melissa?
Well, you're behind right now.
Okay, so let me look on here. Let me show you. There you go. Isn't that beautiful? And that's how easy it is. And sometimes I do 2 or sometimes 3. It doesn't matter. And just keep layering it up. I mean, just keep winding it around and make 1 or 2 or 3, depending on how creative you want to be. You can just have fun with it. And garnishing it, there's a really art to garnish. And it's not enough that foods taste good. Foods need to look good. If they don't look good and they don't look appetizing, you kind of turn your nose up and go, I don't know if I want to try that. So it's important to make sure that your food not only tastes good, but it looks good too. Do I have any more comments over here? Is there any other questions? Oh, Randy's with us today. Hi, Randy. Thank you for joining us. And thank you for being such a prayer warrior for me. I really appreciate. Randy will text me sometimes in the morning and say, what would I like him to pray for? And Randy, I really want you to pray for our Kids Club for Jesus ministry. That's always going to be my request, that God will just bless our ministry. And I appreciate your prayers. Thank you so much for that. And boys and girls, I would love for you to keep us in prayer as well, as we go forward to just tell kids around the world just how much Jesus loves them. I encourage you to visit our website, kidsclub4jesus.org. Melissa can add it right there for you. kidsclub4jesus.org. And you can watch on-demand programs, meaning we have lots of different things that you can watch, and you get to watch them all whenever you want to watch them. Isn't that amazing? I love that. We also have many activities. You can take Bible lessons, sign up for Bible lessons right online and start taking them right then and there. You can, so by joining our Bible Academy, you can come every day for daily devotion. Plus, we are adding new programs all the time. We just added a new program with Miss Brenda's bedtime story books, and you will not want to miss those, where I'm reading the stories, but you are actually seeing video of different things going on in the story while you're watching. We're getting ready to also launch a new program for nature. I think you're going to love. And I think some of the other programs, we're adding new kids time programs all the time. So if you go to our kidsclubforjesus.org, you can watch lots of Christ-centered programs that will bring you closer to Jesus. And for all our big kids that are out there watching, be sure and tell all your friends, anyone you know that has children, your grandkids, your own children, and tell them all about our page. We also have an app on your phone. Go to your app store, type in Kids Club for Jesus, free download, and you can watch those programs right on your phone. Also on our website, we have activities and things for you to do, arts and crafts, and even our Kids Club for Jesus dog, Teddy Bear, has a little spot. You can go and watch videos of him and see pictures of him and keep up. He just got a haircut today, and whoo, he does not look like my teddy bear, I'll tell you what. So if you want to see what Teddy Bear looks like now, you want to join me on Story Time Friday night. I'll have Teddy Bear with me. Oh my goodness, he did not get the cut I was hoping for. So, but he's a sweet, sweet dog. You're going to love him. But Teddy Bear will be with me on Friday night at 5:30, right here on Facebook Live on Kids Club for Jesus. Then I also want to invite you to join me live on every Sabbath at 5:30 on Brenda Walsh Ministries for Praise and Worship. That's for everyone. That's for adults and for kids. And you can send in your song favorites. And I play by ear so that if I know the song, I'll play it for you. So what I'm doing is playing song favorites, one right after the other. Whatever song that your favorite song is, you can type it in and let me know, and I'll play it for you right then and there. And we have a lot of time praising the Lord. I also want to encourage you to submit your prayer requests on Friday at the end of the story time. Boys and girls, you can submit your prayer requests, and I will have a special prayer for each one at the end of the program. As well on Sabbath program, you can submit your prayer request. And Randy, you will not want to miss this program because you're such a prayer warrior. You'll want to not miss Saturday at 5:30, and at the end of the program, we will have prayer requests. I also want to share, boys and girls, on Friday, we have a contest, and if you listen carefully to the stories, I read 2 stories. At the end of the stories, I'll ask you some questions, and the first child that answers correctly, the first one to answer 3 correctly, is our winner of a Kids Club for Jesus t-shirt. So we have lots of fun together. Boys and girls, keep writing your letters. I got some more mail today. I love hearing from your letters, boys and girls. In fact, I had a child today that drew me the most adorable picture. And I really love hearing from you. So you can write to us. Melissa will put the address down for you. It's just write to Miss Brenda, Post Office Box 2238, Collegedale, Tennessee 37315. And Melissa will type that in so you don't have to remember it. And write me a letter. Tell me what you do to share Jesus. So last minute to get any more questions in. Are we? Issa says it looks yummy, and it is yummy. Oh, before we go though, I think you should, even though I can't eat beans or the cheese, I know Melissa can. So Melissa, you're not going to get out of this. Why don't you come here and have a taste? Don't you want to see this open and see what this looks like? Let's do that.
I was hoping you'd forget. I was going to plan on doing a face plant in this early.
Yes.
After the program.
Okay. Well, here we go. We got a dish for you, and I don't want to mess up our rows, but I'm going to just take one out of here. This is so good. I'm so disappointed that I can't have some because it is amazing.
You know what? I'm glad it's not in this.
What?
Black olives.
Yes, you're not a black olive fan.
No, not at all.
I love black olives. It's good in this dish, trust me. And so is rice. Any kind of rice. You can have, if you like Spanish rice, put that in there. If you like brown rice, put that in there. But I like rice in here too. It's absolutely delicious.
So you could put some shredded lettuce and tomatoes on top and some sour cream if you wanted to.
Yes.
Maybe even some avocado.
Okay, I got the drum roll. Aha! What is she gonna say?
Well, I already know it's amazing. So this is, I'm just anticipating what I already know.
Yeah. So.
Sorry.
That's okay.
Anticipation. Okay.
Did I get too hot or spicy?
No, it's not. It's amazing, but no, not too hot or spicy. You can put more in there.
Oh, see,
yeah.
I think Melissa actually can match me for heat level, but the same. We're about at the same heat level. If we go to a Thai restaurant and we order our Thai food and they say what heat level, we usually say anywhere between an 8 and a 10.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
We haven't done that in a while.
No, but we've all been quarantined. So I'm excited that here in Tennessee we have opened up.
Yes.
So some of the stores are open now and restaurants are open and we're starting to get our life back to normal. And for those of you who are not yet, praying for that it will happen for your state as well, because it's hard just being shut up for so long of a period of time. I spent almost 3 months by myself. It was a long 3 months. So
I think it seemed like 3 months.
Yeah. Well, it was March, April, and May, and it's now June. So almost
that's
May.
true.
Yeah.
I guess
so,
it has 3 months.
Yeah. It seemed like 10 months for me, but. Anyway, so I'm going to let Melissa go behind the camera because she is going to turn the camera off for me. I want to encourage you to join me Friday night at 5:30 live on Kids Club for Jesus. And don't forget Praise and Worship Saturday, 5:30. Think about your favorite song already. Remember, boys and girls, it's your time to share Jesus. Keep cooking and eat healthy. Bye-bye.